Hello, this video is going to show you how to use data from Smart Response and Smart Notebook to instantaneously differentiate instruction. So basically what this video is showing you is how you can use your data that you're getting from Smart Response during a class period, and then you can differentiate on the spot. So basically what you want to do is give your students an assessment. So I created one on Smart Notebook, and you're going to need to do at least input your questions. The test itself doesn't necessarily have to be on Smart Notebook. You could just give them a piece of paper with the 5 or 10 questions, however many you want your students to answer, and it could be just a separate worksheet. But for this video, I have a mini quiz of fractions that the students are going to answer. So this might be my pre-assessment that I'm using for my students because I want them to be able to tell me fractions of a whole number. So what I will do is after I start my class is I'll start this assessment. Already have my class started. So I'm just going to click start this assessment now. It's 5 questions. It's starting. And there I go. I'm going to show this to my students. Again, they could have this in front of them. It doesn't necessarily need to be on in front of them or on Smart Notebook. But so the students are figuring these out. So I don't know, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, however long it takes that you want to give them. I just like putting a timer on there. It helps the students kind of let them know your expectations about how fast they should be moving. So they're doing this quiz. All right, so I can't show again because of using my laptop at home, but you hopefully will get the idea here. So after the quiz is finished, one of the important parts that you want to be able to do is you want to be able to analyze the results fairly quickly, but you want your students to have something to do. So after the students are finished, they have had the time, you hit stop, the results are collected, you're going to receive the results on this page. This will have all your students' results. So say you have 20 students, you're going to see who got it, who didn't. And you'll see kind of the questions that they got correct or incorrect. And so what I would tend to do, and there's my questions individually, is I give a partner problem or a group problem or a fast finish or some kind of enrichment to what the quiz was. That might take a little longer than the quiz itself. I tend to allow them to work in partners. And so as I'm analyzing, they are doing a problem. So they're not just sitting there and I'm not just wasting time. And that's when behavior problems can occur. So I use the freeze function a lot on my projector. And I'll just freeze this screen. And while this screen is frozen for the students, I'm on the other page checking out the results. I can either do it from that point or I can go back to my teacher tools and go to the assessments page and find the results this way. And then I can just kind of go ahead and analyze quickly based on these results. I need to work with these people down here in red especially. So what do? I take a page that looks similar to this, and I just pop my students. So and again, I'll have a good idea of who goes where anyway, just because I know my students, but I might need to really meet with these students, and I'm putting them in my group. So these, based on the results, I see that I need to work with these 5 people. Well, the other kids, I don't necessarily need to meet with them as badly, so I'm putting them in their group as well. What I tend to do is keep these groups fairly consistent, and this is already set up, and I might just have to move 1 or 2 kids based on a result, because again, you know which students you tend to have to meet with, and it could vary, but here's my groups that I'm just doing while they're doing that fast finisher. And so I might want to meet with Ayana, even though I know Ayana did fairly well in this quiz, just because maybe she tends to make some mistakes on her or on her computation with math. So I have my group set up, and then we can go over the answer to the partner problem, and then I can differentiate immediately. So here's my um, students. I have them all typed out already, and all I have to do is individually move them. So I have a template that I'll provide on the website, Wednesdays with Wes website, that you can format and save to your computer, and you could change the names. You can change the titles up here. All you got to do is double click. I have my students doing Continental Math League and Math 24. I might have them doing something else and independent while we're meeting. So this is an example of how I differentiate using Smart Response in math class. You can use this in other classes. It doesn't necessarily need to be just math, but it's very helpful. I pretty much use it at least 3 times a week. And again, like I said, it's time consuming. It's not very time consuming, and it's very helpful. It helps me determine who I need to see immediately rather than waiting till after class or that evening to say, oh, those students didn't get it. I wish I could have helped them during on the spot, and that's what this provides. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and thank you very much for viewing.